Hello, my name is Tom Cako. Welcome to Tri-City Training. So today we're going to be focusing on abdominals, strengthening exercise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you one exercise for each of the areas of your abdominals. So before we start with abdominals, it's how we do exercises, how we do things that changes. So we do this, you could be doing the same exercise, but it's what you're thinking about, what you're choosing to do, what changes the results. So in strength training, we have something called time under tension. So if this is my body, and it's coming down slowly, this is how much time, say that my muscles are under tension. As opposed to saying just doing a sit-up, where I'm just dropping and throwing myself up. There's not much time under tension. 1 second down, 1 second up. So to develop strength and control, which is very important for a student, for anybody, we're going to be focusing on exercises that have a time under tension, that have greater time under tension. So with your abdominals, you have upper abdominals, so your flexible ones that allow you to come forward. We have our lower abdominals, so ones that allow to bring our legs up, running, kicking, all these exercises. We have our obliques, so side to side, and then we have our transverse abdominals, so our rotational, allows us to do these movements. And then we also have lower back exercises as well, other things we can get into. So we're going to start first with, I find most important for reasons for the lower back strength as well, is your lower abdominals. So this exercise is more about control. So just like I said, move your ears up and down. It takes you time to, maybe some people can, some people can't. You have to focus on how that is, how we're doing that. So from here, what we're going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to tighten up your lower abdominals. So what you're going to do is lay on the floor, and what I want to do is know that I have first muscles there, okay? So what I'm going to have you do is put your fingers on your lower abdominals, okay? So down by your underwear line. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pick your feet off the floor, and you'll feel those lower abdominals tighten up. You'll know they're there. Everybody has them. So you're going to put your feet back down, push your fingers in, so you're using your hands for feedback with your body. And you're going to pick them up, and you'll feel those muscles tighten up. And that's what you want to do without picking up your feet. So there's a couple rules to the exercise, which we call like a thin tummy exercise. So I'm going to tuck my belly button. I'm going to tuck my belly button in to create like a hollow dish here. My thumbs are going to go on those upper abdominals. My lower abdominals, I'm going to put my fingertips down into that where like my underwear line is, and I'm going to tighten up those lower abdominals. So I should have the same feeling when those lower abdominals are contracting, is the same feeling that my feet come up that you felt before, that those are nice and tight, except we don't want to lift our feet up. So what you're going to do is tuck, and then you're going to squeeze, and you're going to hold for 5 seconds, and then you're going to relax. And then we're going to set again. We're going to tuck the upper abdominals in, so belly button in, and then tighten up your lower abdominals, and squeeze them as tight as you can. Hold for 5 seconds, and then release. Alright, so what I recommend to start off as a beginner, maybe doing one set of maybe 5 to start, and then maybe go to a set of 10. So that means doing 5 in a row, and then going to your next exercise. Okay. So our next one, we're going to do for our obliques, so for our side muscles. So what I'm going to have you guys do is we're going to do some side raises. So your legs are going to be up straight, hands above your head. And maybe as a beginner, this might be just a nice easy way to start. Let's just focus on the lower body first. So I'll put this hand out to support myself. I like using my hands on my body for feedback. So I'm going to put those exactly where I want to be feeling this exercise. So I'm going to roll back onto my glutes a little bit, so I'm not just on my hip bone, and I'm going to bring my legs up, back down. Now we talk about time under tension. So that means I'm not coming up here. The longer the better. So I'm going to give you a quick tempo that you can follow. We'll call it like a 5-1-5. That means 5 seconds up, pause for 1, down for 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The legs drop just before the floor. Coming back up, squeezing, coming back down. I'd like you to do 10 on that side. Switch over. Here, here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop before touch the floor. So 10 on one side, 10 on the other. We call it one set of 10. Thank you. So our next exercise for introduction to abdominal training will be for rotation. So we're going to do an exercise, which was one that I did put in the other karate video, is our lateral leg lowers. So hands straight from 90 from the chest, legs straight up. So our next exercise that we're going to do is for our upper abdominals. So most of us know what just a regular sit-up is. So you're just coming down and coming up. As we talked about time under tension, if I do a sit-up, how much time was my abdominals under tension? And not very much. So what you want to do is you put your hands on your lower abdominals and you sit back and hold that, you'll feel them tighten up. And the longer those are tighter, the more strength you're going to develop and control. And that's what you're looking for. That's what these videos are about. So what we're going to do is we've got an exercise that I've learned called slow downs or cheat ups. Is we're only going to focus on the lowering part of the exercise. So the rules are feet stay flat on the floor. You're not allowed to move. We have lots of progressions with this. Easiest one to start is with their hands straight out. And what I'm going to do is come back until I start feeling tension, and that's your starting point. And you're going to take 10 seconds to come down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is my shoulder blades touching. And if you can get up without your hands, that's great. If you don't have the strength yet, use your hands to pull yourself up, that's okay. It's called cheat ups. You pull up, but starting at that time under tension. So we'll do one more with you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, touch, and back up. So what I'd recommend is doing, again, maybe one set of 5. Find it easy. You do a set of 10. Okay? As a beginner. And even if you're not a beginner, you still do, these are great exercises for everybody. One thing that some people are going to find challenging, they're going to get to a spot and then they're going to collapse. So we don't want any collapsing. We're looking for control. So once I get to that point, if you can only come down to here and you're going to fall, hold it for the remainder. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to fall, just hold it there for the remaining of that 10 seconds. 7, 8, 9, 10, and back up. So that's our conclusion for abdominal training. I gave you 4 exercises for 4 areas of your abdominals, upper, lower, side, and rotation, and 1 exercise for each, and give you something to start with that will help build control, build strength, and something that we can always progress to. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please send me an email.